because we're pretty much at the point where we.
I know. I'm just waiting on her to bust in.
Yeah.
I mean, we can pretty much pick up from here, and also just give your hand a rest. So.
You just want to pick up from here, Scott.
Honestly, it's a good and now to continue.
And now to continue. Okay, sure.
Anyways, don't you two have jobs to attend to?
Just ordered the replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do here for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain.
Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here.
In the literal sense, as of recent.
Is it my dream job? I told Francine I was looking for hope. I've been so used to life dumping all over me that I've come to expect the worst generally. And yet, I can't say the Funplex has dumped on me. It's been hectic at times, a little too much, but not really in a bad way. I'm starting to get along with my coworkers. I'm helping people with their problems. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all.
We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. How about we game a bit?
Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork to handle.
Oh, come on. Don't act like you don't game.
Irrelevant.
I know your dirty little secrets.
What? Tell me.
You sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard.
Well, what of it? I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form.
What a nerd. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney.
The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself. Stop it! I'm finding myself smiling for lots. Don't ever do that again. All in all, not a bad way to end my first day.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
Dun dun
Dum
dun!
dum bum.
Alright, let me move my other laptop out of the way so I can actually sit this one in a comfortable spot and we can finally move.
Finally.
The transfer process is complete.
Alright, let's do this.
Let's save.
Good idea.
Yes.
Damn.
We are prepared.
Sure. I saved, like, a lot of people won't save on streams or on recording. I will, just to prove to everyone I saved.
That's a good call.
Good plan.
Wait,
Alright, well, here we go.
Gavin died. Ashley's also dead.
Naomi is also dead.
I can't believe the Funplex is fucking dead.
This music, though, the looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party. How old are the kids, may I ask?
It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again.
5-year-olds?
Naomi starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trembling.
Throwing ski balls overhead into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum into the coin slots, pulling at my costume, tearing pieces off of it.
Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before.
Doom! The end is nigh!
Well, I'd hate-
get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway.
Thanks, Francine!
Dears.
Thank you, Francine.
Okay, bye-bye. Right. Battle stations, everyone. I'll take the ticket desk so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Artie, roaming duty. Look for trouble, do what you can, prepare yourselves. Oh, wow. That was exactly what I needed to say. Thanks, game.
Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it is seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... bah!
Oh no!
Oh, hey, look, I'm
An
in there.
explosion of small humans rushes the door, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on or even just pretend to be playing. The crew at Swing's battle station. Naomi by the fragile pinball machines. Ashley near the door trying to distract the incoming kids and greet them. Gavin, armed with a pre-stacked $10 roll of tokens, quickly exchanges them with the adults. Beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddies, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, Gavin said. Look out for trouble, Gavin said. I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos has multiplied.
Oh no.
For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or like a frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Artie, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend to them. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Shit.
So sometimes you'll only be able to tackle 2 of the supposed 3 events that are available to you. So, which ones will take priority?
Oof.
I like Percy.
I like
I like
Percy,
Percy.
but
Alright, so we're all in agreement at least over Percy.
yes.
Yeah.
Percy and Gavin. So
Okay.
let's take care of them first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I weave my way through the waves of children towards the skee ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of the skee ball ramp, crying. No parent in sight to settle her, so the task falls to me.
Can you
I'm
tell
guessing-
which characters are important and which aren't?
This
Yeah,
one
no,
doesn't
I-
get shading.
Yeah.
I almost noticed, I almost didn't play the game entirely because in the preview of it, they have some characters colored and others not colored, and you don't, like, understand why until you play the game.
Mhm.
But it almost made me not want to play it because I was like, oh, it's not finished.
Nope.
No, it's on purpose. It's a purposeful thing that they did.
Yep.
Clever girl.
Lurking over by the vending machines, ignoring kids, but Lord Attendant Artie decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Artie, and I work here at the arcade. What's wrong? Can I help? Her sobbing pauses as she looks up at me.
I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me. I played and I won a bunch of them, but then I put them down and I was talking to a friend and now they're gone.
I glance around, but in a sea of kids, it's impossible to tell who the thief.
I don't even have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee-ball and my tickets are all gone now. I'm not doing one.
Oh, poor baby. Easy. We'll figure it out somehow. Although I've got no clue where to even start, to be honest. Maybe there was a witness to the crime? Percy would have been a good view of the redemption game area based on Moopy's position. Gavin has the ticket desk, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or I could just bend the rules and solve this directly. Yeah!
Honestly, it's not gonna, like, just look at this from a cost-effective plan. I don't think a few tokens are going to be that big of a deal.
God.
We kind of want to.
I'm less worried about giving the kid the because you know you're not gonna find. Oh, okay, I'm thinking logically here as somebody who's worked in like these situations. Most likely, you're not gonna find who took it.
Yeah.
So how do you satisfy the child? Which would either be give it to them, or if you do go somewhere, take it with them and then give it to them. But I don't think that's an option. So.
I feel like Gavin's out because Gavin's probably very busy. There's no way he saw where the tickets
Yeah.
went. He's busy.
There's no way Percy saw it either because he is playing Moopy.
That's true.
I honestly.
We should probably just take care of the kid ourselves.
Yeah.
As I was trying to say, I think just morally speaking, just giving some replacement tokens.
Yeah, let's just get some replacement tokens. Gotta give the
I can do
kids
this on my
stash.
own. I'm the floor attendant, aren't I? And I say the fastest solution is just comp her some tokens. I don't like letting the ticket thief walk, but this will stop her crying and won't really cost us much in the end. Customer happiness is more important than $3. And if Gavin doesn't like it, too bad. This is my decision.
Scott, what are
In
you
fact,
doing?
what are you doing?
Oh, and now Scott's dead.
I can't believe Scott's dead.
Can you really not
Tell you
believe
what.
that?
No, I can't.
Fair. Oh well.
Tell you what, kiddo. I'll replace your missing token so you can win the tickets back, and I'll show you Artie's secret skee ball techniques.
Really?
Really?
Oh, that's adorable! Yay!
She's cheerful girl now.
Ah! I can get it in the 100. I can't get it in the 100. I keep missing and it ends up in the 10.
Memories of past arcade visits come flooding back, because I was in the same situation once. I remember going to arcades with my family before thinking, unlocking secret Artie backstory.
Yeah!
Artie's gonna get to learn themselves by the end of this.
Woohoo.
Okay, here's the trick. It's my super secret technique, so don't tell anyone, okay?
Okay.
If you hear me just say, I meant to do that. You gotta give it your all. Swing for the fences. Aim for 30 every time, right down the center. Celebrate your victories and accept the misses. Become one with the ball. I like celebrate your victories and accept your misses.
Me too.
Then it makes the game more fun.
Yeah. Oh, Scott's back. Scott, you're extremely quiet. I can't hear you at all.
Can't hear a word you're saying.
I need a new microphone.
Can you raise your voice at all?
I need a new microphone.
Okay. Well, just, you're gonna have to try to push it, because you're coming in really quiet.
Like I said, I need a new microphone.
I know.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I
But
can hear
it
you
doesn't
now.
matter because the stream can't. So, celebrate your victories and accept the misses is what me and Kristen were go with.
Yeah.
Aim for 30 every time. Right down the center is what I would do, because it's honestly, like, the best way to... That's how I played it anyways.
I would always go. How would you? No, we're not gonna stop to ask ourselves how.
If you keep going down just in the center, you're not gonna get, like, super high scores, but at least you're getting...
Like, I generally, what I do is that I go for the big one, and then I like switch off depending on how my score's looking. Like, I use my first couple balls to go into the big shots, and then, like, if I'm doing good enough, I move forward.
I swing for the fences, and half the time I miss, and half the time I get 100.
Right, so none of us are in agreement with each other on this.
I
Well,
like
Kristen and I kind of agreed to celebrate your victories, because then that doesn't really tell her necessarily she has to go for a certain hole.
Yeah.
It just means be happy if you make
Right.
it. If you
Fair
don't
enough.
make it, be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about having a strong heart. When you hit the big scores, you're happy, but when you don't, you're still happy because you tried your best. And next time you try, your best will be even better. If you don't like a mistake, get mad, you'll always have fun. Don't let a mistake get you mad.
Don't let a mistake get
So
mad.
just relax. Don't let a mistake get mad. So just relax, wear your best smile, and throw. She seems a bit unsure, but drops a coin in anyway to try it out. She winds up a throw and with a smile, aims it carefully down the middle, landing squarely in the 40-point hole with a little jingle of delight from the...
Aww.
I did it! I did it!
Aww.
That you did. I think you've got it. Keep playing like that and you'll be just fine.
Thank you!
Okay. Thanks lots and lots.
The girl actually hugs me. Well, hugs my leg anyway.
Aww.
I'd best leave her to her game. My work here is done. Artie away!
Artie away!
Right, that's sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one?
Two kids fighting over a box of
Naomi
cupcakes.
and Ashley.
Naomi and Ashley, because I don't want to deal with an angry adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go see it. Time for me to voice 2 women, maybe. Okay, let's go.
I can smell disaster in the wind, and it smells sweet. As in, I can smell that box of birthday cupcakes one of the parents left near the ticket desks, with kids swarming around it, scavenging for their favorite icing colors. At first, my inner child is merely offended that someone thought one of these icing blobbed cupcake cakes was superior to an actual birthday cake. Hey now, the cupcake cake is superior in the sense that everyone gets an equal amount of cake and an equal amount of icing.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You're correct.
Plus, I can get multiple cupcakes and nobody will get mad at me. If I get multiple cake, everybody will count.
Bro.
What? Sorry. But there are really larger issues at stake.
See? Even the game agrees.
This is very important.
Bro, it's okay.
I want a chocolate. Don't take all the chocolate.
Okay.
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
Wow, you're
Not
greedy.
fair. Everybody gets one, and mine's gotta be chocolate.
Of course, the kid at the front grabs the last one.
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Haha. The parents aren't paying attention. They're just complaining about their jobs and the weather and the PTA and stuff. Meaning when the first cupcake is thrown, nobody is there to stop it.
Stop it, stop it.
Who is the grown-ass man voicing this child?
I want chocolate.
As blobby wads of icing and sponge cake go flying, I glance over at the coin op games, which are about to get caught in the crossfire.
Oh no.
Naomi, who's busy trying to unjam a joystick one of the kids waggle too hard, looks up to see the cupcake onslaught coming her way. As does Ashley, whose fuzzy costume is nice and inviting target for flying confectionery.
Oh
Act fast, Artie!
I'm overriding this decision because I know what happens. Try to save them both.
no. Okay.
Okay, fine.
We're a
Scott's
hero!
overriding the game. Honestly, I would have picked it anyway. So
Yeah.
quickly, I hurled myself into action. Even though it's probably impossible, you can probably just scream, "Hey! Get
Get down, Mr. President!
Get down, Mr. President!" Numbness sets in as multiple rounds of frosting-coated mortar fire impact against my body. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally
Yeah.
But alas, my noble self-sacrifice could not completely protect them.
Meh.
Naomi seems to get the idea and shields the game with her body. A few stray cupcakes that missed me get her, but otherwise no damage done. Ashley takes a few shots, unfortunately, but it could have been worse. As parents swarmed around with the cupcake war instigators, Naomi and Ashley kneeled down to check on my fallen form.
Cupcake wars.
Artie? Are you okay?
Oh my.
Could be paralyzed from the neck down. Artie, blink once if you're paralyzed, blink twice if not.
I'm not paralyzed.
Okay, so blink
Oh,
twice.
Hey, or you could talk. That works too.
Naomi helped me to my feet, although I have to be careful not to mingle my icing with her icing in the process.
Ugh.
Days like these, I'm glad I wear an apron. Ew. Cupcakes are food, not fashion.
Poops.
Colored icing is just the worst. I think I can get these 2 out with some club soda, fortunately. Guess they got all of us, huh? But Artie worst of all. You know, that was super selfless of you, trying to save us from the splatter. Speaking as a floor attendant, you score a silver medal.
Aww.
Despite all of us ending up splattered a little, they seem in good spirits. I should try to keep that rolling. Fu is not strong enough. I must now go and meditate under a waterfall and train for 10 years. No mere cupcake.
Cupcake can stop me. I am a hardened, stalwart defender of this arcade.
Never mind me. How are you two? Anything I can do to help? Oof. They're all good options.
They're all good options.
I mean, I'd play the caring card, but what do you guys think?
Like, the last one is like, no, how are you? But then, like, I'm taking this a little too seriously because my brain's just like, no. If I say never mind me, they'll be like, no, not never mind you. Also about you. Is everyone okay? That's how internet remix works. Where if you
Yeah.
say don't worry about me, everyone immediately worries about you.
Real talk, I'm also saying that because that's the option I picked, but
I'm just
at
like,
the same time,
they're
I
just
am curious about
cupcakes.
the other options. So.
It's just cupcakes.
Yeah.
But they're treating it like a war.
I mean, he said it was.
Scott, why
Cupcake
is your
Wars.
voice still super deep?
What was that?
Why are you
What?
saying it's so deep?
I'm not. No,
I'm sorry?
not.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
This
is
is my
the-
normal voice.
Hang on one second.
Is it your mic?
Is this any better? Apparently not.
Yes, it is! That's what's funny!
What happened?
You suddenly started speaking like this, young man.
I didn't though.
Maybe it was your mic.
Maybe
I
it was
hate
your
this
mic.
thing.
I'm gonna get Scott a new mic. God.
Sorry,
Never
Scott.
mind.
It's just you sound very funny.
I'm gonna go sit in the corner for 5 seconds. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay.
We
No
have-
mere cupcake can stop me. I am hardened and stalwart defender of this arcade that I've been in for a day.
let's just take the caring. I really like the funny option.
My cupcake foo is not strong enough. I must now go meditate under a waterfall and train 10 years.
But if you guys both
God.
want the caring option, then we'll go with the caring option because I'm not.
I'm
bothered,
fine
so.
with either or.
Scott, Scott, you have to make a
What?
decisive option, otherwise we're never gonna pick anything.
Look, okay, here's the way I see it. On one hand, I know what happens if you pick the basic option. On the and that will okay, I'm just gonna say it now, that will net you points with both of them. On the other hand, I have not seen the other options and I am curious, so do with that what you will.
Well, Kristen, with that information, how do you feel?
I like cupcake foo. I just think it's a funny response. It's fun.
Let's be fun. Let's go for fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that my learned skills at the mastery of mid-air cupcake failed me in this arcade. I have dishonored myself and my arcade. I must train for 10 years, during which I can let the shame of this incident drive the fire in my soul to greater heights of cupcake defense.
Just have Ashley daydream up a training montage for you. Same effect, but saves a lot of time. I am at your disposal. Although my screenwriting fees are industry standard, if you want the full Ashley treatment. Anyway, thanks, Artie. That was a complete mess, but I guess it could have been more of a complete mess if you hadn't done that.
See ya.
I'd better get back to fixing this joystick. You should clean up and get back to it, also. The party's still going. Good luck! Yeah!
Hey!
Good luck, and hey, good work! If you'll excuse me, I need to go clean up poor Pinky a bit.
That could have gone better, but it also could have gone much, much worse.
Indeed.
More importantly, I kept their spirits up. Even Ashley, who has to clean icing out of a fuzzy belt, came out of it cheerful. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my cupcake top. After a few minutes in the bathroom to change and wipe icing off my pants, I'm ready to go again. 2 problems in the can. Okay, cupcakes and tickets, sorted out. As for that angry shouting parent by the driving games, oh. Uh-oh.
Mm.
Looks like they went home. Problem solved? Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe we should have taken a kid being yelled at by an adult a little seriously instead of going, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. I feel bad.
I feel bad, because the other 2 technically weren't as pressing.
I'm sorry, I should have
Also,
spoken
there's
up.
3
I
other
was
people
really
that work at this arcade.
I mean, we wanted to take priority over certain characters.
Well, the first time it was that. The second time we just didn't want to deal with the screaming.
I should
mean,
have
I
spoken up.
wanted
'cause
Ashley,
I'm sorry.
so-
I should have spoken up.
Actually, press Q for a moment. Wow! That's a lot of
Yeah.
Ashley. That's a lot of names.
Yeah.
Also, we're very kind.
Yay.
Yay.
Well,
Who was voicing Teo?
I think it was
I-
you.
Oh. Hey, Artie, you missed the fireworks, and I don't mean my dancing. What happened? Queen Bee glances back briefly in the middle of playing some samurai-based fighting game. Oh, some fucker was screaming at this kid for no good reason. Eventually, the parents got into a shouting match. Teo talked them both down, but they decided to bail on the party. All I did was point out that they were right next to a donut shop, frequented by some very well-read cops. Drat, I was hoping to cool things off so they could keep enjoying the party. Don't sweat it, person. You did a good work out there. Yeah, I saw that impromptu cupcake shooting gallery. That was a mess. And those stolen tickets? Man, kids can be jerks, but you gave it your best.
So patronizing when the angry adult problem seems
What?
so much worse. Somehow, I don't think the game means it that way, but I just feel so bad.
Do you feel patronized? Because I don't. I feel like they're treating me better than I anticipated.
They're
Oh,
taking
for
it
fuck's-
well. They're taking it well. I don't think it's meant to be patronizing.
So, Maddie just sent me a clip where apparently my voice did get deep, and I hate this microphone!
Maddie was like, "You're gonna want to see this." You're looking pretty run down, though. Well, why not take a break? I have a solemn and sworn duty to bring peace to my arcade. Ah, fuck that. Go take 5. I should actually bleep her instead, just because I think it's funny. Well, truthfully, I am pretty worn the heck out after all that. Teo's right. I need to step away from this craziness, if only for a few minutes. After a silent nod from Gavin to confirm it's cool with him, I slip away. I'm just imagining Gavin giving this.
That is his only way of communicating
Like,
now. It's just not. He's just like the regular show. Okay, ready for some emotions?
No!
Too bad.
What a day. Quirky coworkers, diehard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness or some such cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back to try and work the kinks out of my sore shoulders, and spot an upside-down kid. Yo, Spider-Man, what are you doing here? It's Miles Morales!
It's Miles Morales.
Huh? Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards.
Womp.
I sit up and turn around instead.
Should I do this, or Kristen, do you want to do this?
Better.
I don't know.
Wait, what's the kid doing back here?
He
Hey,
looks like he's like 9. He doesn't look like he's 5.
I don't remember if they mention anything.
I guess I'll do another little kid voice. Okay.
I'm about to say, it doesn't really,
It doesn't really matter.
matter. I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him.
Hi.
Hi, and you are?
Mikey.
Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Artie. So, what are you doing back here? This is an employees-only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in?
The guy at the desk dropped this.
He holds out a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh, score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. Well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
Yes, older man trying to...
Well,
Yeah.
this is curious.
Please don't say
I lean in so we can be on the same eye level. Something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the person who solves the problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with your friends? And he gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
Oh, no!
Kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city, And before that, we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
Oh.
New kid in town, huh? He nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him there and then. Brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. I should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid. I won't tell on you. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company.
Thanks. You really won't tell my mom? I'm sorry, child. I'm going to try to sound like an actual kindergartner as opposed to a man whose voice has dropped trying to do.
I'm going to mute for half a second.
Okay.
I feel a little offended. I'm mad.
Are you trying to do a voice, Scott?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
not
you
trying
want
to
to do
a
the
voice,
Scott?
It's fine.
Go ahead, do the voice. It's fine.
No, it's yours.
I don't care.
Children, don't make me
teasing.
come back there.
Yes, Dad.
Okay, you go ahead, Scott.
No, you started the role.
Nope.
Children?
Just take it, Scott. It's fine.
Fuck's sake.
Why? I thought you'd make me go. You're an adult, like Mom.
You gotta speak up if you're gonna do it, though, because I can barely hear you.
You're an adult, like Mom.
Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact.
You were the new kid?
Yeah, although for me, that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends. Not for years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs and taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get. I'd go with the flow.
What does that mean?
It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to, without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad
You
you
weren't
never care
sad?
about anything, right?
Sad.
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then I bite my tongue hard. Because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping out. Wouldn't have helped little Artie out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult that little Artie would have needed.
Hey,
Yep.
it could totally be worse. Aliens could attack.
It won't always be this bad. Life has its ups and downs.
Your mommy loves you. That's why she works so hard.
But this won't beat you, right? You're a tough kid.
You take the time you need. I'll stay with you.
I like the kind option. Plus, we've got strong kind points.
I like the kind and the basic options the best.
Yeah.
I really like the bold option. But this is where I am. I'm sorry. Because the kind option, I feel like, is implying something that the kid never suggested.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
if I'm upset, I don't want to be told, "Hey, you're tough." I feel like that's telling me to not.
I also, but it's also like the neutral option is kind of.
Well, that's the thing for me, though, because, like, if I'm upset, I would want someone to be with me when.
No,
that
I'm
was
saying that the neutral option is better because it's unassumptive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also it won't always be this bad. Life has ups and downs. That's not really
Like they all have reasons to be good options. It's they all do. So it's a matter of what kind of people are we.
I'm sorry.
The top one is my least favorite. Let's start from that direction.
Let's not do that. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I like the smart option, actually.
Really?
Yeah. When
I
I'm
mean, it's
going-
not a bad option, but.
When I'm going through a hard time, it's helpful to remember that life has its ups and downs, and as a kid, the earlier you can learn that, the better. Like, when you're a kid and you're going through a bad thing, it especially feels like it's always going to be bad, because you don't have the perspective to understand that things can get better.
I
So
suppose.
I think the smart option is giving that kid that
The chat is
potential.
also saying they're leaning towards either the smart or the neutral option, so. Alright, smart option seems like that's the popular vote.
Hey, Mikey. Look. Both of us had some sad times, but it's not always going to be like that. Now, I work here at an arcade. I help people play fun games all day. How cool is that? And I did make a friend eventually, a nice girl named Juniper. She helps me when I'm feeling bad, and I help her. I won't lie to you. You'll still feel sad sometimes. Life can be really difficult. But it won't always be difficult. If you keep your head up, you can ride through the good and the bad parts. Is there anything in your life that's always good, no matter what? Mikey thinks it over a little.
I like cartoons. And I can watch those no matter where we live.
See? No matter how sad you get, you'll always have your cartoons. Any city you live in will have them. See? There are good things, along with the bad. Does anybody else at your school like the same cartoons you do?
I don't know.
Do you want to find out? There's a super easy way. Just ask them.
Really?
Really? You'd be surprised.
Okay. Audie?
Yeah?
I have never seen this dialogue before.
Do you like Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions too?
I freaking love Ultra Unicorn Rainbow Champion.
Language!
Yep. Don't tell your mom I used that word. The kid grins, amused that he caught me swearing. And, well, then we're both laughing. Because I'm just an ordinary person now, not some authority figure. I make mistakes. Both of us have highs and lows. Hey, I bet some of the kids out there love Ultra Warrior Unicorn Rainbow Champions. I mean, who doesn't? How about we go back out there and you can ask the other kids what cartoons they like? You'll never know until you ask.
I don't know.
I'm not saying they'll all be your friends. Some won't. But some will. The good and the bad, Mikey. You get both if you look. And it's worth looking for the good.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go talk to them.
That's the spirit. The arcade spirit.
Roll credits!
I take his hand to lead him out and back out to the main room. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. That is entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them, and they couldn't take time off work.
All after the Fire Nation attacked.
The whole Net family had to learn to settle, to accept the lot in life we'd been dealt, to simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her for a few years, one of the few stable times in my life, but she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers, alternatively boring and hectic, surreal, and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very, very long time. Beep beep. Beep beep party. My emotional voice analysis subroutine combined with your body language suggests you're happy, right? Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? I just told you, silly. I mean, how did you know I'd love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements, a fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
But I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 97% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess.
Oh.
You're a very weird little app, you know?
Hooray!
I try to be.
Aw.
I like this game because I love it so much. I don't
There's
need to
so
be
many
sad.
feelings, and I really appreciate how our player character is so
Yes.
a person.
Yeah. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now if they hadn't already fled the time kitties. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but I can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up, or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone, though. Who do I want to hang out with?
Mm. I mean, you know the top three of... You know my top three.
Hmm. I like all of them. Alas.
Alright, let's eliminate possibilities.
Well, we've established that
I'm not-
nobody but me likes Queen Bee, so...
Yep!
I don't know how I feel about Teo.
Yeah.
Mm.
I like Percy a lot.
I like Percy
Yes,
a lot.
I love Percy. Best boy.
Well, let's prioritize again. Let's go talk to Percy, I guess.
Let's go talk to Percy.
Alrighty.
Having finished today's high score run, Percy's relaxing a bit by the Moopy machine, just casually browsing on his phone before he heads off.
Quite good.
Oh, good. Market's up. My morning trades will cash out.
And the Moopy score?
Oh, quite terrible, I'm afraid. I had to restart twice.
Meaning he played literally 75 cents worth of gaming all day long. Yow.
Oof.
Still, keeps my skills sharp, yes? Practice, practice, practice. Plus, it was quite pleasant. Seeing all those kids having such a good time in the Funplex. I always play better when people around me are happy.
Except for the ones screaming and throwing cupcakes, or being hassled by angry parents, or having their stuff stolen, or...
True. Your job does, by its very nature, bring you into contact with those who are specifically not happy. Chin up, love. There are good days and bad days, true. But an arcade is a place where the good ones outnumber the bad. It's a palace of dreams, you see.
Oh no, I love him. I glance around at the palace, which is a little more than a hole in the wall of the Twin Pines Mall.
It's no Deco's Palace, though. That guy's a million.
I want the neutral option.
Yeah, neutral option.
Definitely.
Neutral option. I want to know more!
Tell me more!
Tell me more about you!
Oh, tell me more. Did you get very far?
What's your dream then, aside from Moopy? Or is that basically it? Just nailing the world record?
Oh, astute, aren't we? I suppose I'm here for more than the hot quarter-pumping action. More than to relish in the smiles on those around me.
Unpleasant memories.
It's a bit of more of a personal matter. And not an entirely gentle or pleasant tale. I've no intention of bringing down your bad day another notch with the story. You should focus on the here and now. You've survived a birthday party. That's worth celebrating.
You gotta get to level 5 to open my backstory.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I should be heading home now. Job well done and all that. For both of us.
Cheerio then?
Yes, yes. Tip-top, cheerio, governor, fish and chips, Bob's your uncle and whatnot, or... You know, I could simply say goodbye.
That also works.
Oh.
With things winding down, there's just one less thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day.
Artie. Good work today.
Thanks, boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss?
Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you were as close to perfect as is reasonable. I've noticed you gave that girl with the stolen tickets free tokens.
I'll stand by that decision.
Fiscally, it's risky, but she had a great time replacing and likely will return to the arcade. So we'll call it break even at worst.
At worst!
Yay!
The cost of cleaning our carpets won't be as bad, thanks to your quick thinking.
Yay!
I'm not pleased that you sold our movie for only $1,000, not $3,000 as I'd requested.
So does Gavin basically tally our day for us?
Apparently,
it knows
yes.
all.
It's like, is this a game mechanic where he's
No,
basically
no,
just like,
it's
okay, that's what I'm asking.
It's just for today.
Okay. At the end of every day, Gavin reminds you of what you've done.
Last night, you turned over in your sleep 14 times.
Oh my god!
God. Gavin, we only paid $200 for that game. I'd be ripping off a customer.
A customer with exceptionally deep pockets, and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. If anything, 3,000 is what we'd need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so movie obsessed.
That's okay, that's a valid point.
That is
But
a
at the
valid
same
point.
time, yeah, he's kind of like, because I get it, because it's like on one hand, Percy's enjoying himself. On the other hand, Percy only spends
He's-
75 cents a
yeah,
day.
Cost efficient.
Yeah. It's one of those where, yeah.
What's more, why it's still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone?
Percy didn't want to break up the family.
They're machines, not people.
He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Asshole.
Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let it go, I'd say.
Ahem. Are you giving our poor little Artie a hard time, Gavin, dear?
Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be
Naomi's
sensible.
dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a
Gavin,
dream.
I know you mean well, wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat, but sacrifices made in the name which shatter the dreams of others, well, that's not what the Funplex is about. Artie, you understand, yes, the reason why? Why am I here? That's the question she asked me during the interview. Now I think I understand. I came here today looking for hope. Hope I could do more with my life than compromise, settle for what I can get, and go with the flow. Everybody I've met today is full of hope. Gamers, God, what is with the... Sorry, I will make this complaint right before we go on break in 10 minutes. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions, nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams and won't accept anything less.
I see.
Apologies.
Artie, Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days. But I know in my heart I need to is that a word?
Air.
That's not okay, thank you. I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here, Artie.
I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby short stack of forms.
Fill these out tonight. Hand them in to me first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex.
Welcome to the family, I'd say.
Aw.
I'm sure you'll fit in just fine, Artie.
How nice.
One bus ride later, it's home again. Home again, jiggity jig. That's probably a reference to something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Juniper, already home from work, bounced over eagerly to interrogate me on my day.
So, how'd it go?
It went well.
Well or well?
Really well. Your little app came through, despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerved. You forgot to mention adorable.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't realize that was you. I'm sorry, Iris.
I voiced her a little while ago.
No, I didn't realize it was Iris's line.
Oh, okay.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear things worked out. And you even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard.
Huh. I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
Interesting.
By the way,
Just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you.
okay, fine,
Why?
Jennifer, you talk.
Exactly. Did you order a giant tray of pizza bagels?
Did I neglect to mention that part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know that I'm having for lunch tomorrow.
Bum 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 ba-da-da-dum. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete! Hey, look, you also won a prize! You'll get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now let's see your score. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi.
And Ashley. See?
You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you've scored 5,650 points. Nice! Keep talking with people and your score will go up, up, up! Today's pizza fact is, Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza a day, or 350 slices per second. Wow! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 2?
Yes.
We should save,
And
and
we
also
should also
probably
go on
go on break. Yeah.
Do you want to do your rant that you apparently felt like you must do?
Okay, no, it was just like, hope.
Hope.
Hope, and then we'll just stop at the word hope. Shut the front door, Scott. I will end your toes. We're going on break. Kristen, close.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody.
Close the
Bye.
doors, Kristen.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Arcade Spirits. We are now on level chasing ghosts, as you can read.
Yep.
So, when we last left off, it doesn't really matter because it was 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
All right, it is the future, year 20. And you know what? Things are pretty okay. I've worked as a floor attendant at the Funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work, to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least.
Oh.
I've helped Naomi repair pinball machines. I've had tea with Francine while she reminisced about the far-out 1960. I've evacuated gamers from the kitchen accidentally caught on fire. I've had numerous kids puking up nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off a number of surfaces. I've changed that turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single skee-ball machine.
Oh dear.
Okay, look, I know I'm not painting this as a very rosy picture so far, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy even amidst the chaos and the grossness. I'm happy that's all that matters, and that's all that matters, right?
Right, you're happy. This is the best I've seen you in ages, Artie. Before you'd come home all drained and exhausted. Now, well, you're still tired, but a good tired.
My roommate, Juniper. She'd taken to stopping by during her lunch break whenever she could get away from her office cubicle long enough to do so. It's still hard work, don't get me wrong. But overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good and stuff.
Yeah.
Good.
Agreed. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening in on my conversations. What did I tell you about that? To pretend I wasn't eavesdropping even when I am?
Oh god.
Exactly. You know, I'd be more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital over mistress, but I have to admit that Iris really pulled through for me. Even if she also ordered a 3-month supply of pizza bagels on my behalf.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
But Artie, when pizza's on a bagel... So, Juniper, how long have you left on your break? Anytime ball or something? I can spot you sometime.
No can do. Our new assistant synergy manager arranged a team building exercise. I have to, like, move colored bits of paper around or something and then exchange high fives.
Assistant synergy manager? That sounds like a very vague job.
Yeah, it's actually entry level. Good pay and right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy, if a bit dull. Funny thing is that when they asked me if I knew anybody who'd fit in before they started advertising for candidates, and I said nope, who'd want to do that?
When was this exactly?
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, right when I needed to find work, you told them you didn't know any good candidates for a well-paying entry-level job.
Oh,
Well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
Juniper, please tell me you told them no because I'd already taken this job by that point, not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night. I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Not a lie, I was happy here indeed. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch, after having pizza bagels for breakfast because we barely had enough money to cover the rent this week pulled together. Also not a lie, Gavin constantly hiding the numbers from us. Things are fine, all while dryly joking about perpetually being crash and burn. Also not a lie, that every time someone in my family tried to chase after happiness instead of stability, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery.
Ooh.
Artie, say something. You're scaring me.
When I lost my lifeguard job, I barely reacted. Didn't care that I was impoverished again and facing an uncertain future. I guess one of the nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb to the reality of the situation. But I shouldn't feel upset. I've been genuinely enjoying my new job. It's restored my sense of hope that my days can be something to live through, not just endure. I have no right to be angry or upset at losing an opportunity at a safer, more stable future. Right?
Oof. It's okay, I'm where I want to be. It's okay, everything is fine. It's not okay, why didn't you tell me?
I feel like the three of us are going to be in three completely different positions, and I'm saying that knowing our personality.
Because I would not say it's not okay, why didn't you tell me? But I'm also currently in a state.
I would say it's okay. Why didn't you tell me? That's really if I had the option
exactly.
life person, I'd say it's okay. You should have told me.
Yeah, basically. Like
I
would
get
not.
that you were trying to protect me, but like.
I'm not gonna say everything is fine because it's not. That's not okay.
No, I would go with the honest truth personally.
Yeah, I think I'd go with honest truth.
Yeah.
We all agreed.
So I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided I was done compromising, right? Done with settling, going with the flow. I'm going to be the one who break the family curse. I chose the path of my own free will. Even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But if I'm going to be honest, boundless confidence doesn't cover the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. If the arcade closes, if anything else goes wrong, still, no need to dump all that on Juniper. It's okay, Juniper. You were right. I'd have hated that job, and things are great here.
Oh, good. You were kind of freaking me out. Trust me, it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do. I mean, sure, the pay is good, and you get solid health insurance, and paid vacation time, and they have a coffee shop right in the lobby.
Junie?
Honey?
Junie.
And these really great chairs that support your lower back.
Okay, fuck you!
$1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
Juniper, I said it's fine. Everything is fine.
Oof.
Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that job would have been a safer bet. I want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent, you know? But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back.
Right. Forget I said anything. Please forget I said anything. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I shouldn't have held that back. But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Juniper, it's cool. You're right. I'd have hated it.
Okay. Good. I've got a good feeling about all this. I think you're right where you need to be, even if I was, kinda dumb about getting you here. Hey, I've gotta get back to the office. Have a good lunch, okay?
I can feel the distant rumble of frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee break room.
How much more upset do you guys want to
I don't want to be more upset right now.
look at the
Is
name
the-
of the blue arcade cabinet?
Which one? Moop?
The blue arcade cabinet in the back.
Oh, shut up, Scott.
Oh, is that a penguin? It's a penguin.
Pengy.
Penguin. Yeah, okay. You have a good rest of the hours of your day, yeah?
You bet.
I'm okay with this. Everything is fine.
Oof.
Right. What I need right now is a distraction, and frozen pizza bagels are most certainly not it. My pocket money is really slim, but I think I need to step out for some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. And hey, maybe some company too, nice and distracting, talking to someone about anything other than this. Let's see, who's available?
Percy's taking a break from his score chasing. Queen beats between matches right now. Tio's chicken on Showtime stage. Ashley's not on mascot duty today.
I mean, maybe we should talk to someone else this time?
Yeah.
I nominate Ashley.
Yeah, I like Ashley.
I feel like Ashley would be a good I'm basically going to play this game as though I'm not trying to talk to anybody. That's just how I'm running it, and whoever else is with me is kind of pushing that. When it comes to Ashley, I feel like she'd be a good idea for I'm not feeling too great right now. I would rather escape this reality.
Yeah, she's the best choice.
That's fair.
Let's go with Ashley.
It's not often that both floor attendants can go on a break at the same time. I should take advantage of that and see if Ashley wants to grab some chow. Oh, look at her cute! Look at that anime boy. Alright. On the plus side, I will not be lunching with Pinky the Funplex Flamingo. She's in her civvies today.
Oh, hi!
Oh, hey, Artie, what's up? Kitchen on fire again?
Not yet, and to avoid that happening again, I suggest having lunch somewhere.
You know, I was just about to suggest that. Both not burning down the kitchen and going out for a bite. Sounds great.
Ashley's a well of infectious joy, and I could really use some of that right now, especially after this morning.
Oh, hey, I know where we could go. You haven't been to the whole story yet, have you?
No, not yet. I've been existing off of all these pizza bagels.
I do love me some pizza bagels, especially the sausage ones.
Not the worst ones.
I wonder how they make all those tiny little sausages fit on those bite-sized morsels. Like, is it on a conveyor belt with lots of sharp blades? Chopping down at insane speeds? You wouldn't want to be caught under that. No way!
Focus, Ashley. Whole story?
Oh yeah! It's an adorable little bookstore that also sells coffee and donuts. Get it? Whole story. Eh? Not a fan of puns, I take it.
I liked it.
Nevertheless, I got a hankering for some mini donuts. Let's go!
Despite coming to this little strip mall for 2 weeks, I hadn't actually visited our I wonder if you would react differently if your fun was high.
Huh?
I
Never
don't
mind.
know.
I don't know. Because I don't know this game very well.
I don't even know what the response is.
Mostly I did whatever needed doing. Took orders from Gavin, lent a hand to Ashley and Naomi, like that. Whatever the job happened to call for. No more, no less. I couldn't say I'd been part of any community outside of the immediate circle of my coworkers, whereas the others visited Hold Story frequently. Ashley leads the way into a shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness.
So we actually have at the University of Maryland, they have something very similar to this. It's called it's like a little coffee shop, but they also have like shelves just lined from back end, like from end to end, with all sorts of board games. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds really nice.
I've only been there twice, but it's really cool.
Sounds pleasant. I don't think I'd ever been to a little independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all, for that matter. It's 20 bleep bleep. Who buys books in a brick and mortar stores anymore? But despite the subdued atmosphere compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for, sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Ashley secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck is up with this menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System?
I'll have the Judy Bloom. It's a bunch of mini donuts. And hey, my treat, okay?
I mumble out a thanks, trying not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight, and boutique cafe pastries wouldn't help my situation much. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Hey, I'd like,
One sugar sweet glazed donut sprinkled with special surprise with orange juice.
You know what? Surprise me. What's your favorite donut?
Just a glaze and some coffee. Keep it simple.
Surprise me!
Surprise me!
Surprise me.
Hey, what's good? What's your favorite order from the menu?
One Terry Pratchett coming up, a jam pastry with Clatchy and coffee.
Oh my.
Oh my.
The second fellow puts together my order and also drops a small paperback book into the tray featuring a many-legged wooden travel trunk on the cover. Huh. Literally literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Oh my, I love them.
Say, you work at the Funplex, don't you?
Right, we've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
They have, like, precious voices. I
They
like
are
hearing them.
I love their voices.
Right, sorry, I should have introduced myself. Floor attendant Artinette, at your service. I'm your inside person for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story. I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
No relation to the actors.
Although they're cuties, and so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
So Ben is played by Graham Stark, and Matt is played by Jacob Burgess. Gosh, I'm sorry, I don't
Burgess?
know how to pronounce this. Burgess, I think so.
Is it Burgess?
Yes.
Burgess. Apparently, the sugar is available in forms other than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date.
Just friends, then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Maybe the real date was the friends we made along the way.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
I love these two. Can you tell?
They're great.
God.
Okay, now you're just being silly.
And how?
Anyway,
Anyway.
next order, please.
I love them.
Yep.
Pear waves the next customer in as I return to Ashley's table with our orders on a nicely decorated tray.
Oh, wow!
These mini donuts are just so cute.
Ashley holds up a tiny donut in her hands like a chipmunk holding an acorn. She looks down at the tiny pastry and her eyes sparkle before she tastes a bite. Closing her eyes, the corners of her mouth curl into a wide smile.
Artie, it's so yummy. I could just eat these all day.
I wish I could have Ashley's enthusiasm about eating food. Same old pizza dagels. Day after day is dulling my palate.
When you have pizza on a dagel, you can have pizza anytime.
Ashley's face changes from pure delight to concern.
You're having fun with this.
Artie, is everything okay? You aren't your normal self today. You seem a little off.
It's been an interesting morning. Kind of hard to wrap my head around everything.
Hey, I know how those days go. Even I feel lost and confused sometimes. There are days when it's especially rough.
You?
Feel the same.
Seriously?
Oh.
Little Miss Sunshine?
Feel the same way, huh? Let her keep talking.
You feel the same way, huh?
I like you feel the same way.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
personable.
Yeah.
You too, huh?
Me too, huh?
I guess it happens to the best of us.
I know. I know it seems totally unlike me, but honestly, deep down I'm scared. I feel like I don't really know who I am. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I don't know who this person is who is staring back at me. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know I am Ashley Wolf, but that's all. What makes up Ashley Wolf? Who am I? Who am I really? That's what I'm searching for.
That took an unusually serious tone compared to Ashley's usual chipper attitude. And I can't say I entirely get what she means about not knowing who she is. Well, no, I kinda get it, considering I don't know what I want from life. What you want and who you are often linked ideas, right? But Ashley looks so forlorn, I can't just sit by and say nothing. I won't let the silence drown her out.
Is that why you cosplay? What do you hope to find?
You should try searching in an abandoned house.
This is why we don't look at you, funny option. No, sir.
This is why we don't.
This is why we can't. This is why we can't have nice things.
I actually like Is That Why You Cosplay? That seems like a good, like, moving the because, you know, she doesn't know what she hopes to find right now. I think Is That Why You Cosplay is a good, like, concrete leading option.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Alright.
I wonder if Ashley uses cosplay as well to help her explain the world, to discover things she couldn't obtain without it. Cosplay helps you find what you're looking for, right? Ashley looks shocked and slightly embarrassed.
Aw. Whoa, how'd you guess? Are you psychic? You have to tell me if you're psychic. Those are the psychic rules.
No, it just makes sense, I guess. We all have our masks, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
When I reflect on my life, I really do love cosplay, and I love the rush it brings. I get to be whoever I want, whenever I want. I can be a starship captain, an elf.
Hi.
A giant pink flamingo mascot, even. I don't have to worry about Ashley. I can focus on being someone else. I feel awkward in my own skin. When I'm in costume, I feel like I'm at my fullest potential. I feel comfortable. But I think cosplay has really helped me understand some things about myself that I couldn't see before I started doing this. I just want to be able to love the person I am when I find them.
Knowing you, I think you'll do just fine there. If you can smile for the kiddies through a pink flamingo mask, you can smile for yourself.
I hope so. I really do.
Ashley looks off again longingly for a second before snapping back to attention.
Oh my! I've just talked your ear right off.
Beep beep.
Beep beep! Lunchtime's over, Artie! Right on time.
Hey, thanks for listening, Artie. I mean it. And you know, if you ever want to talk about your problems, I'm here. I mean, I'm here at the Funplex, yeah. But, like, I'm here for you too. That's what friends are for. And I totally know I may be overstepping my bounds here, but I feel like lately you're just going through the motions here at the Funplex.
Huh? No, things are great with me in the Funplex.
You punch in and punch out right on time, sure. But from what I've seen, Artie, you have so much potential. The flame burns deep inside. You just gotta dig down and bring out that light, you know? You'll do great things. I just know it. And I've totally delayed you long enough. We should get back to Gavin before he notices we're gone. I love her.
I know, she's a sweetheart.
Time for the afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up after the quiet mornings. More kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to ready to take care of what needs taken care of when I'm intercepted en route.
Oh,
Gavin.
sorry. Artie, Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left.
Ooh, what's up?
Hamza's up.
Okay.
He is? Huh. Okay.
Ashley, I'll be bringing the van around shortly. Artie, you'll be flying solo today.
Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hamza?
Hamza's a game finder and auctioneer, and gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to his auction for the rest of the afternoon, while you run the fun place.
Holla.
Just you all by yourself.
He barely runs with 4 people. Why are you doing this? Gavin, I expect better from you.
Gavin, why?
One of you needs to stay back.
You monsters. You're
My
taking
first
all the
instinct-
characters I voice.
What?
They're taking all the characters I voice.
My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's the law, around these parts. But Ashley's words are still dangling away in my mind. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I need to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing.
Hey, what gives? I want in on this too. Let me tap.
You're trusting the Funplex to a newbie? I might burn it down.
How about Ashley and I swap places and I come with you? I feel bad leaving Ashley here, though.
Yeah, but Ashley has more experience.
Yeah, Ashley has more experience.
Yeah, and plus she did just tell you to step up. I think Ashley will
debating
understand.
between the silly answer or the basic answer.
Yeah.
I like the basic answer.
Because this is one of those few times where I feel like the silly answer is actually not dickish.
That's true.
Yeah. It's like, seriously, are you sure about that? I'm running
Go
through
back to the Krusty Krab. I will destroy the Krusty Krab.
We could finally do. That's true. We could do a funny answer.
Finally do a funny answer after like a million rounds of.
Let's do a funny answer.
All right.
Let's do it.
Me? Seriously? Did we learn nothing against the Great Kitchen Fire incident of 20 beep that already exudes an aura of perpetual bad luck?
That cruddy old microwave exploding had nothing to do with your pizza rolls.
Pizza bagels.
Whatever.
Hey, hang on. I get a say in this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant? I feel like such a third wheel at those auctions anyway. Let Artie be the third wheel and let me handle the floor.
I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met. Trust me. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things, show some initiative, like...
I suppose it wouldn't change much to bring Artie instead. But no costume today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams.
Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out, one way or another.
I need to go get the van. Wait out front, please.
The Funplex van. Well, probably
The
because...
foot man.
The
fun
fun van. Oh
The
no.
Vanplex.
We'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away!
There goes best girl.
Leaving me waiting outside with my 2 traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van around in a rental trailer. Oh my, how exciting! I rarely go on adventures these days.
It's just a quick trip, ma'am.
Any trip is an adventure if you make it one. Shall we?
I love her.
Yeah.
The 4 of us pile in and it's off to the highway.
On the road again. I just can't wait.
Gavin
to
can see-
come
I appreciate this art.
This
Gavin
is-
consulting oh, she's asleep!
Aw.
Consulting a driving map on his phone leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me.
Trust me, this will save us time in the long run.
Where's Hamza set up this time?
On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement.
Woohoo!
So exciting! I love arcade raids.
Arcade auctions.
Raids.
You okay, I thought the humming was Scott.
Right? I thought it was Scott too!
You guys got an arcade to English dictionary I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. So, which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys us private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from the terrible fate and then auctions off his find. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember?
Well, okay, so Hamza obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy.
Are they in the mystery machine?
It looks like it. Once I saw him trade off a vintage burger time in exchange for
Trademark.
someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through generations of family.
In other words, he is just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, we declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down there to entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored we get an invitation. He's trying to cut out the big franchise arcade like Deco's Place and help the little guys, like us.
He's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping Hamza's good side.
Ah,
That's right, this could be a lot simpler.
Helping out the little guys sounds good here.
how did you meet this Hamza guy anyway?
Middle or bottom sounds good to me.
Yeah, let's maintain Switzerland role in the great Gavin Naomi fight.
Yeah, it's like they're like, you're gonna have to pick eventually, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do I? So, he only invites a select hand-picked group to his auctions. How'd you end up in that select hand-picked group? That would be my doing, dearie. He likes to visit the local arcades whenever he's in town, and as I like to get to know everybody who walks in our doors, I approached him. I suppose we achieved a certain rapport, considering we've had 3 invitations so far. Got some rather lovely games, too, including Moopy.
We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think not.
We don't have room to add many more games, especially relics like Hamza usually deals in.
What about the off-site storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often.
Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill, should we find an excellent deal and beat the other bidders. But consider this. Above all else, a way to maintain relations with even if we don't end up bidding.
Aww.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite. And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
I love her.
So much.
Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are.
Jeez, this
You're
game
all
is
so
just
young
laying
yet.
down all the truths
Time
all
to
the
make
time.
mistakes.
Fuck.
And learning what trade you need to make.
Somebody was like, yo, I'm gonna write a book. No, I'm gonna
I'm gonna make arcade spirits.
I traded Frederick's life for one more night of pleasure, for example.
Unless you don't make rent on your apartment. Your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for more for myself and my happiness. And I've done just that without regret, so everything should be fine now, right? Oh no. Don't foreshadow me.
Ooh.
I can't wait for things to get worse for Ari.
No, I don't want things
I mean,
to be
Artie.
worse for
This is Artie. Everything. Ari is fine. No,
Ari will always be fine. They're perpetually in horror of that birthday party.
Oh no, we just made it worse.
Oh no, your twin who previously worked at the Funplex is basically stuck at the birthday party forever.
You are now entering the Twilight Zone.
New default topic diversion, the weather. Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right?
Don't say that!
I was about to say immediately. Immediately. Oh, come on.
Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in just in case.
Well, he's prepared. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead.
Trying to protect your investments, huh?
Or maybe if the machine fucked up.
Jesus, Naomi!
Seriously, like both of you need to stop taking pot shots at each other. I will grab Gavin's hand and turn.
I will turn this
I know
hand
something you
around.
guys don't.
God.
From Hamza's invitation, it seems this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering.
It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find old games in barns, exposed to the elements, and falling apart.
I suppose this is one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games.
For their resale value.
Naomi!
Jesus!
He's trying to be cordial.
A broken game's no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition.
He is playing on your field, Naomi!
Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game like Fallow. A waste of true potential.
Fallow's a good-ass word. Good 10-cent
Writes
word,
down
Gavin.
word fallow so I can use it later.
Right?
I've never heard that word up until now.
Neither
I have not either.
I hope I pronounced it.
I think so.
It's either fallow or follow, so it's probably fallow.
Probably fallow.
I hope so.
Huh. good point.
Glad to see these two getting along better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way.
Well, at least
At least Artie knows. With the rain pounding down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everybody resumes fiddling about their phones, knitting or driving, leaving me to wonder exactly where is this auction and or raid happening anyway. We'd have been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out in the sticks? Maybe it's some closed down roller rink or an old bowling alley or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted with exactly 87,194 ghosts. The classic net luck in play. Just majestically awful. Your good old no-good pig-stealing grandfather. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems.
Good grief, is this really the auction site?
Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creepometer.
An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. A large group is already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur as the others pay little mind.
Greetings, friends.
Oh my god.
Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome. Gavin,
I apologize
stalwart as ever.
Wait, what?
Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
I apologize if I butcher this name in advance. Hamza is played by Akash Thakar.
Thakar.
I see. God, he's so majestic.
He was he actually was one of the audio designers for Hyper Light Drifter, if you know that game.
Oh my. Oh, fresh!
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Artie Net.
I see. Greetings to you and yours. I am known as Hamza, seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games. And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
Oops, I almost clicked something.
Kind of a dump, isn't it?
No. Secret of Antiquity.
Thank you for your gracious invitation.
The funny option is at least gets the conversation going, but thank you for your gracious and invitation.
While you guys decide on the option, I'm gonna look around and trying to find a penguin.
Oh, okay. Go look for those. Oh, wait. Is that it on the?
I don't think that's a penguin. I think that's just a generic bird.
Could be a penguin.
You know, I like the funny option. But I like thank you for your gracious invitation.
We just met this man.
Let's be polite.
Yeah.
Like, I can't pick out what kind of person he is.
Yeah.
Would you like a...
No, we don't want spoilers, Scott.
Okay. I wasn't gonna say spoiler, but would you like a character analysis?
He seems fun-loving, if that makes any sense, and very,
Yes,
like...
that's basically what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he seems fun-loving and very, like... I don't know. What's the word for it? Eccentric.
Eccentric is a word. We can do Secret of Antiquity then.
Ari's feeling crazy today.
Crazy?
You know,
he's just
grabbing
just
things
fucking
by the
losing
rein.
it.
Let's go. I was unaware Reagan-era amusement machines were antiques on par with the Turin Shroud.
He liked it.
Yay.
Yep. Oh god, should I do an accent? I feel offensive if I try doing an accent.
Is Bro gonna do it?
He seems so fun. I kind of want to do it.
Go for it, bro.
Go ahead.
Do it.
You have fire indeed, but rest assured, many a holy grail may lurk in the arcade below. You may even find your own relic of a holy nature by Eve's end. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company. Naughty Net, perhaps later, but for now, it is time.
I love him.
Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companion, long-time allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome, welcome to Donnerwood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago. Legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a stately pleasure to some dome degree. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy the paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In this year, it shall be torn down to make way for condominium. But not before we have our say.
Friends, those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so. I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you. On the far table, you shall find refreshments, grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
I love him.
Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game to put together is descended upon by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid, or an arcade auction, or whatever.
Donna Michaels. I knew it. I should have recognized Donna Wood when we pulled in, but it was raining too hard.
Who?
You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest musical act of 1980. Beep!
Naomi, I was born in 1990, beep!
I'm totally plugging my phone into the van stereo so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play Games all the way home. But first, I'm gonna go check out the cabinets in her arcade. I'm not really into mingling. Later!
She dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below.
Suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners.
Heading for the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself a plate so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on the other collectors. Leaving me to, do stuff? Now I see why Ashley was bored at these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue.
Go browse the ends of
So we have a
Naomi,
choice.
schmooze alongside Gavin.
I'm gonna let you two decide this.
Or we could let the chat choose.
I love
Or we can let the
Naomi
chat
so
choose.
much, but we haven't really spent a lot of time with Gavin, and I'm curious.
Fuck 'em.
Well, we know how Scott feels.
I like
Okay,
Gavin!
I don't hate Gavin. I certainly prefer him more than Queen Bee, that's for sure. But I don't care for him.
I mean, I have issues with people who are incredibly aggressive, ironically, and and how Naomi was acting in the set me off a little bit.
Yeah.
I
So that's
admit
why I'm
the
letting
main
you two
reason-
deal with it.
I admit the main reason that I prefer Naomi is also just a voice actor bias, so...
You wanna let chat pick?
Alright, chat pick.
What do you guys...
Thus far, there seems to be 2 for Naomi, and Phoenix likes them both, so...
Okay.
Alright, chat. You got some decisions to make. Are we gonna go talk to Kristen too, Electric Boogaloo, or are we gonna talk to Gavin?
We're gonna go talk to Bro Dingles.
Are we gonna go talk to Are we gonna
I was
talk to
gonna say
Kristen
either
or Bro
Brodingles or
Dingles?
Black Scott.
Personality-wise, you're not like Gavin, though.
No, but I am voicing him.
3 for Gavin, 2 for Naomi.
Well, no, technically Phoenix counts for both of them, so.
Okay. Yeah, but it still makes it like even, well,
Alright,
the same
3
kind of
for
difference.
Naomi, 3 for Gavin. 4 for Gavin, 3 for Naomi.
I see Naomi. Skip Phoenix because both Gavin, Naomi. I like Naomi. Let's go, Gavin.
Phoenix said Gavin. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Gavin, and then 1, 2, 3 for Naomi. So I guess it's Gavin.
Okay, I'm genuinely surprised we're going to talk to Gavin. I genuinely thought that was going to go.
I have browsed the games with Naomi in both of my playthroughs, so this will be a
new experiences with Scott. Woo!
I'm going into this part of the game blind.
Oh my god, I already get my fill of arcade games on a daily basis. No need to go staring and wonder at dusty boxes. I'm curious about what's cooking up here with these other arcade owners, so I seek out Gavin to watch and learn from the master. Gavin, armed with a small plate of delicacies, is hanging back for now and sizing up the competition. A perfect moment for me to slide up and have a chat with them. So, any friends in attendance tonight?
I'd hardly call anyone in this room a friend. Not even Hamza.
Aw.
Wow.
You'd be better off not seeing them that way either. These are colleagues. Somewhere between an ally and an enemy. A rival, perhaps.
That's a bit of a cold way of looking at it.
It's practical. I can't afford to invest any real emotional currency in any of these people. Not when I have to look out after my own.
You know what made you this way?
Yeah, I'm very
That's the question that this specific line makes me ask that question.
Yeah, that's a really interesting.
Hey guys. Hey guys,
What?
guess what?
What?
This is why I prefer Naomi.
I think it's a valid. Like, you only have so much of yourself to give out to each person.
I've lived this way before, so I'm in no position to judge this.
I care about everyone.
Your mistake. No, I'm joking.
Sometimes that can kind of destroy you. It's kind of a balancing act. Not to mention, he's
No.
right, they're business rivals.
Like, it's a sucky way to look at things, but at the same time, and I get that maybe it actually put you a little bit further in the situation, but at the same time, you have to learn to keep some people at a kind of a distance. I am kind of like sad about him not viewing Hamza that way, but at the same time, Hamza is basically a business connection. It's like he's friends with Francine, not friends with Gavin.
Yeah. Like,
Gavin just kind of shows up.
Like, he's looking out for Francine, and, like, his heart lies with the arcade, even if he's not the best.
He's not the most personable person.
He is lawful neutral.
Yeah.
Honestly, he might. Yeah, he's pretty lawful neutral.
Yeah.
Can you be lawful?
I put him as lawful
No.
good. I feel like he
he
like
might be lawful good in the sense
He's
of
lawful
he's
neutral. He's looking out for himself.
He's not
looking out for himself. He's looking out for the arcade.
In the arcade.
And Francine.
When we first met him, it was very clear, like, his
It was
concern
very
lies
clear
with
that he's not
Francine.
looking out for himself.
Yeah.
And even with the conversation he just had in the car, it was just like, no, I don't want the machines to get broken. It's not about the investments.
Yeah.
And also, it sounds like the arcade is breaking down, which means he's probably in like a really stressful. I'm sorry, I can't go into it on stream, but I kind of feel.
Yeah, no, I feel this. Like, I am a bleeding heart, but there is also the part of me that has to run a business, and that shit's hard.
You know what? We can agree to disagree.
Okay. Alright, lawful business.
Also, it's a video game, so.
It's a video
I feel like this is past that.
Arcade Spirits is not a video game. It's a very intense philosophical discussion.
I mean, you got me there.
Alright, let's move on.
Let's move on. Naomi would argue he has a hard time investing any real emotional currency in his own people, but he's too focused on the crowd to get into that right now.
While I'm friendly with plenty of folks, I do hesitate to declare pure friendship. It wouldn't be fair to the other person.
That's valid. How do you figure?
Consider a true unfettered friendship. The kind with no conflicts of interest, no strings attached. It's difficult when you're in the same business together. If I'm friends with another arcade owner, I'm liable to make bad business decisions that help out my friend, and vice versa. I wouldn't want to burden them with that.
See?
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, oh, I don't want you put you in a bad position. I don't want to put myself in a bad position. I don't want to put you in a bad position.
Yeah.
This is just a bad position.
Either I hurt my business and my fellow employees, which would be disastrous, or they hurt theirs to better support me and mine. It's messy. Better to be friendly than friends for all involved.
What made you this way?
I'm very intrigued.
Okay. Well, what about workplace romances within a work unit, not with a rival? It had to be axed eventually, didn't it?
Well, that's a little different. Within a group, we're trying to strengthen each other, and the group as a whole. So, there's one less of a conflict of interest. We all pull the same direction. It can still be messy, however. It's important to avoid conflict of interest. Reasonable adults with strong awareness can sort through that mess, I would hope.
Right. Okay. Good to know. For reasons.
Damn, Artie is just
Artie's
going in.
just
Okay.
like, hey, I just want to remind everybody this is a dating. Just
is
gonna
a dating sim.
remind everybody.
Has it been jumped into your head yet? Let me just get it in there further.
Just dating sim. You forgot, didn't
Stop
you?
it, you guys are hurting my head. I get it. It's a dating sim.
That means it's working! Now, let's size up our rivals for the auction ahead. I do recognize a few.
That one's the owner of
That one's
Pixelpalooza.
the owner of Pixelpalooza on the other side of town. He's amiable and willing to make trades, but will happily take advantage of someone who doesn't know the true value of the game of She's a private collector with a basement full of retro cabinets. She's perfectly willing to overpay to get the games she seeks, meaning she'll probably snap some of the best deals from Hamza, should Hamza allow it. Also, she has 2 of the 3 pieces of the Triforce.
I was gonna say. This person has shading.
Can't say I've ever seen her at one of these events before.
I'm gay.
Ah, yes, Kristen's type.
A woman in a suit.
If we were going with Naomi, we would see her down there.
That's fine, but I like Gavin.
No, I'm just pointing that out. So it's like, huh,
Okay, so
interesting.
she
so
is
you can see her on
important.
both routes.
She's shaded. We know she's important.
Yeah, we know she's important. She's shaded.
It might be worth.
Oh,
figuring
sorry. I
out-
thought you read through it already.
Quick, hit escape. Seriously, hit history. Might be worth figuring out who she represents. Often arcades or collectors will send a proxy in their stead. As for him, he looks familiar, but I can't quite place the face.
Douche McGee.
That's it. Thank you.
Douche
Thank you,
McGee.
Artie.
That's 2 people wearing sunglasses at night. The epitome of cool.
Doubtful.
Yes, well, the sport coat over t-shirt looks somewhat I could swear I've seen him before, though.
Gavin suddenly snapped a photo of the man. Gavin!
Gavin, you can't do
I think
that.
I've screened everyone in this game at least once.
Walking is okay, guys.
Wait a second.
Facial recognition module. Current camera roll, latest picture.
As you like, Mr. Cooper.
Ooh.
He catches me staring in confusion.
You have a stalking device as well, yes? I mean, an iris as well. She's become a common assistant app. likely the free version with less features than my premium edition, but...
Yeah, I guess I'm just used to Iris being my digital BFF, not someone else's. Oh, already forgot for a second. Don't forget, Artie, Juniper's my friend too. I have a lot of friends. Friends are great. Friends are fun.
Aww.
Your Iris calls you Artie, not Net?
Yeah, is that bad?
I suppose I'm just a little iffy on a piece of software acting too...
Let people get close to you, Gavin!
Bite me.
Let people get close to you!
People get close to you.
Anyway, judging from who's present and accounted for, I have a sincere doubt we'll be able to win any new games. 2 of them have deep pockets. The other 2 are unknowns.
So this guy has a secret backstory, and we have to find it.
I want to know, Gavin. I want to know what your problems are.
Like, I want to know your problem.
Okay, so bro,
Yeah.
these characters function like free time events in Danganronpa.
Mhm.
That is to say, the more you talk to them, the more of their story you'll reveal.
Well, I assume that's usually how dating sims go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visual novels in general, really.
I
I
mean,
love
that's
visual
fair.
novels. I play mostly
visual
visual.
novels so much.
Thing is, you're not going to have enough time to
We're
talk
not-
to all of them and get all of their stories.
Well, of course. So I'm kind of sitting there like,
Eventually
what are we
we'll
going to
have to
do?
pick. It's just that right now we're still feeling it out.
Yeah.
There are 8 chapters, right?
Yeah, we've got
There are
time.
8 chapters.
We're on chapter 2. We'll hop on somebody's path eventually. And since Percy's not an option right now,
Gavin.
we're talking to Gavin.
I mean, you know the 2 I want to go for.
2 are deep unknowns.
Naomi will be disappointed, undoubtedly. But that's probably for the best. That girl has a tendency to let flights of fancy overrule common.
And you have a tendency to let common sense overrule everything.
Okay. Fight me.
I will, eventually. If you let me. You have to emotionally open up enough to fight me, Gavin.
I don't know if I want to fight him. He's fucking ripped. Have you seen Artie? They're skinny as a fucking rail underneath that hoodie. We would lose.
Not as skinny as Teo.
God. Which reminds me of my earlier thought about the disagreements those 2 had and continue to have. I know we've got rivals to deal with, but maybe it's a high time to ask about that. Letting it go again and again gets old, you know?
Just gonna come out and say it. What's up with the rivalry between you 2 anyway?
Didn't Francine say you had to stop sacrificing the dreams of others just to keep the arcade open?
Have you 2 always had trouble cooperating like this? I want the bold option.
Let's do the bold option. Alright.
Like we gotta be hard with this man eventually.
Yeah.
Permission to speak freely, sir?
Fuck off. I mean, please.
Don't get too into character, Scott, or I'll literally...
Yeah, calm down.
Why are you 2 constantly at each other's throats? It's dumb and makes for an uncomfortable working environment. I didn't want you to say that, but you know what?
Oof.
You gotta say it eventually. It's fair. You've worked together at the arcade for a few years, right? Surely you could have reached, I don't know, a ceasefire by this point?
Nonsense.
You talk as if I'm some manner of warlord.
You kinda are!
You are!
And you value blunt honesty, right? I'm just being bluntly honest. I'm being blunt and honest simultaneously. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
Damn! Yeah!
I suppose I can appreciate that. I would argue that we have established common ground between us, the arcade itself. I am well aware that I can be cold or distant, that my desire to protect Naomi's dreams sometimes leads me to think that I need to protect that dream from itself.
He wants to protect Naomi's dreams.
Yeah.
He's just a dick about it.
He's a dick about it.
I know something you guys don't.
That's nice.
Believe me, if we had the resources, I'd be happy to buy Naomi all the aging cathode.
I have no
how's that
idea.
pronounced?
I
All
don't know
the
either.
aging ray tubes and joystick she desires.
Rather disappointing.
I don't enjoy trying to bring her down to the hard reality we live in. I don't enjoy the hard reality we live in, for that matter. But the Funplex is very low tier, as arcades go. Even some of the private collectors we have here have larger, more impressive arcades than we do. So, until the day our fortunes turn skyward, I'm afraid I'll need to play the villain for Naomi's sake. I care too much for her to do otherwise.
Oh.
Hey, maybe don't stab me in the chest.
Apologies.
Better she hate me for what must be done, than hate me for letting it fall apart. I can't say I want to be hated, but needs be when the devil drives.
Oof.
Until I can have a filet mignon for lunch every day instead of pizza bagels. Until my spiritually satisfying job becomes a fiscally satisfying one. So basically, this is digging into Artie's problem that he's been having all day, which is the I'm spiritually fulfilled, but my pockets are empty and I don't like pizza bagels.
Yeah.
Basically. But bro, when you have pizza on a bagel...
No!
Bagels!
Bagels!
Bagels?
No, there's no point harping on that or on Juniper locking me out of a better job. This is the better job. So you're still upset.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's up to me to make the most of it. I'm glad we didn't lie about it, because that would be way worse. Beep beep, Mr. Cooper. Facial analysis complete. Profile 108551 identified. Mr. Franco Sterling, buyer for Nostalgia Commodities Incorporated.
I think not.
No, that's not right. I remember that face. He didn't work for a trading company. Think, Gavin, think. Where did I see him before? Iris, did Mr. Sterling work for Putter's Green Mini Golfing Games before joining Nostalgia Commodities?
Correct, sir.
And who currently owns Nostalgia Commodities?
Checking. Please wait. I enjoy voicing his Iris.
Yes!
I enjoy your voice for his Iris.
I'm very much enjoying this voice.
So, do we just stand here, or...? Scan complete. Nostalgia Commodities is owned by Deco's Palace, LLC.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what? I thought that... Before I can even finish the sentence, Franco Sterling split away from his little mingling circle to come mingle with us.
Dun dun dun.
Scott?
Gavin Cooper. Long time no see. How's the strip mall? Still stripping.
Indeed.
Ah, indeed. Very much so. When we first met, you were a fresh-faced recruit there. Not that there's much fresh-faced about the fun. Come on, let me pour you a drink. We can talk old times.
Oof.
A drink would be ideal, thank you. So, how's the wife?
He's mastered the act of being casual when someone's being a dick to you.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Fair enough.
He rapidly taps on a short mess before tucking the tablet under one arm and departing with Mr. Sterling in tow.
Artie, you've got mail.
Quickly, I unlock my phone and load up the Funplex's new group messenger app. That was my idea.
Nice.
Tell Hamza we have a spy. I'll distract Franco.
Nice.
A secret mission.
Ooh, we're on a secret mission.
I mean, not that this would end in a tense white-knuckled shootout, but I still have to take the need for subtlety serious. These are our rivals and colleagues. Raising a stink wouldn't do, right? I approach the small group chatting away with Hamza and an auction master. Not ideal, but it'll have to do.
Hey! Deco's Palace sent a spy!
Hamza, sir, can I have a word in private? So, how well do you know Mr. Sterling?
So, I'm gonna tell you what my mind wants to say and what my gut wants to say.
What does your gut want to say?
My gut just wants to give the bold option because I think that's fucking hilarious.
And your mind wants to say?
Can we please have a word in private?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, not gut, heart. That's what I meant.
I think I'm feeling could I have a word in private as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably could have a word in private.
That
Hamza,
Sterling
sir.
is a spy!
Could I have a word in private? Please, Artinet, simply call me Hamza. Okay, Hamza, can I have a word in private? As you like.
Can you help me find the Triforce of Power?
He leads me a short ways from the group. From across the room, Gavin offers me a brief nod of approval.
Yeah!
Does something vex you, Artinet? When did I switch into this, like, weird... You don't like to sell games to Deco's Palace, right? Absolutely not. I would be an insult to the very nature of games to allow their industrial stamped brand of pseudo-fun to pilfer my holdings. Okay, let's see the guy in the sunglasses and the bad jacket. Franco Sterling? Yes, he works for a mini-golf green just outside the city. Not anymore. Gavin's got proof he works for Deco.
Deco-nami.
Hamza strides out to the middle of the room and claps his hands sharp.
Have you
Franco
guys get...
Sterling,
Oh,
you will present yourself to Hamza immediately.
Oh
something wrong, Hamza?
Yes, Hamza has been a fool. He has not been diligent in determining from foe.
This displeases Hamza.
And you, Franco Sterling, are foe to all hard-working arcades and... You work for Deco. Gavin Cooper has... God dang it, Hamza! Gavin Cooper has identified you as a minion of the adversary.
Hey, hang on a second.
Oh no! Oh no!
What is my one rule, Franco Sterling?
All sales are final.
What is my other rule, Franco Sterling?
Okay, look, I think you've got Mr. Deco all wrong. He's just a hard-working American businessman who...
You dare invoke the wrath of Hamza?
Who would see the entire industry devolve into a series... spitting out tickets at the pull of a slot machine lever. He has no love of games. The only thing he loves is green, and I'm not describing the terrible salads in his family restaurants.
Oh my god!
Be gone! Be gone from Hamza's sight immediately, Franco Sterling! He just says your name with such vitriol.
Are you having fun?
Yes, I am, actually. Sterling casts an angry look my way, and at Gavin, the one who fingered him. Hamza!
Oh!
You have no sense of... like...
Well, thanks for screwing us both over, Gavin. Deco doesn't forgive those who mess with his business, or those who fail him. By the way, are we just gonna ignore that full name of Mr. Deco there?
Deco-nami? Deco-nami... I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Take away the DE.
Oh, is it Namco?
Yep.
It's Deco-nami.
It's the Konami.
God.
Anyways. You could have left my name out of this, Hamza.
And why? The others should know you have worked in their interest. None of us wish to see the monopolistic tycoon consume the entire arcade industry.
Deco-nami shall find no succor in the halls of Hamza.
Gavin Cooper, Artinet, Hamza considers you as friends. Thank you for purging my gala of that foul influence. Funny, considering Gavin specifically said he didn't consider Hamza a friend.
Welp.
I guess it doesn't work both ways, as Hamza offers both of us a warm smile of gratitude. At which point, Naomi comes running up the stairs along with several others who are busy scouting out the games below.
What's going on? I heard shouting.
Hamza has ejected a representative of the Dark Carnival! And not soon enough in Hamza. I'm having fun.
I can tell. Oh, okay. I guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on, since we'll be moving games soon.
Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. Okay, this is where the paths merge.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't leave me alone with the Bacchanalian orgy master. Excellent. Now let us resume the social amusements, jocularities. Artinet, we will speak, yes?
Yes!
Yes.
Hamza leads me off away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me or yell at me or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Dekonami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
I'm just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Not much else to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. Consider me an impartial third party. Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Hamza?
Hamza, I barely
Look,
know you.
I don't ask you about your fetishes. Now, don't ask me about mine.
Hey now, I wasn't even going in that. Like, I find Hamza. I will think of you as the old guy that I see on the train sometimes. Like, think about it. Some people have told their life stories to like store workers, but won't tell their own best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy is clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt. Considering the High Court of Arcade royalty I'm supping with, maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the Funplex. This guy is really leading a supplier of cheap arcade games.
I'm secretly the royal heir of a distant land. Honestly, I've had a long run of bad luck. Just the hired muscle for moving games around. Honestly, I've had a long run of bad luck. Just be honest.
Would you like to, then again, this guy is pretty generous, so it might be a good idea to tell him we're not doing great.
You were silly to him the first time.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I won't bore you with the whole story, but the TLDR is that my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job. After I left home, I couldn't find stable work, not until the Funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit, I'm in a vulnerable position. Not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Yes, I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, Artinet.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me, and in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals.
I appreciate
now I
Hamza.
stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin. But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to be in debt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No. You will need the will to dream and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
So I'm sensing a theme. Oh, sorry.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs, though. Not to settle. My parents, they gave up so much just to barely scrape by. There's a difference between settling... You know what? It's gonna... that is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with the story.
Please do.
Hamza makes a sweeping gesture swish to the beautiful ruin of the Donnerwood mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she could ever desire and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years, she lurked in the halls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now her lost and nameless spirit haunts every place.
That reminds me, I know a good place to stop when we get to it.
Okay, well.
Lit. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed. And obviously a grim fairy tale, rather than reality. But I feel there is an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted for nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died. No getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor. A dream is a lovely thing, Artinet, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the world in the other, at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Artinet? Do you seek to be truly happy?
Oof.
Well, duh. What else am I going to answer except yes? But Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me.
Well,
hold that thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza claps twice, calling the room to attention.
Greetings, friends.
Friends! Let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on. Out the door by morning. As always, I will accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hamza if your bid is not a serious offer. The hours grow short. Any titles would find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. He motions for me in particular to follow as the group files downstairs. This way, this way! A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD. One of Hamza's assistants loads a photo slideshow of the games on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money.
She trusts the two. Oh. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate to interrupt her nap. Or her knitting. Or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep.
Oh, I'm just too nervous. I think I'm gonna go browse the games again, see if there are any I missed. It's so dark down here, I swear I didn't see them all.
And how about you, Artie? Want to watch the auction with me? Or go help
And on
Nick
that
search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door, so do whatever you like.
Thanks, I think. So we only have 5 minutes.
Yeah, we only have 5 minutes.
That's true.
And I know you had like a place in mind to stop, but I also feel like if we
No, that's fair.
5 minutes to make us.
Yeah.
Dang, I should have saved.
You can still save.
We just have to make a decision.
I mean, we already spoke with Gavin, so...
Yeah, that's true. I think I'd like to talk to Naomi.
Let's talk to Naomi.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Escape? Or press save. Yeah, that works too.
Empty slot or save over the previous save?
Empty slot. Look at how many available slots there are. There are 9.
Yeah, but I always get my slots confused.
But before we leave, press return. Let's see how we're doing. Press the Q button.
Oof.
Ooh.
Woo!
Wow, shit's changed.
We're still a
Yep.
very kind person.
Yep.
We're
Our
also
smarts
very-
have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're a basic bitch. And
That's
that
not
is okay.
That is okay. Here are your scores.
I'm interested to see that, like, suddenly my brain wants to call her Polly. That's not her name! Why am
What?
I trying to call her Polly? That's not her name!
Who? Who are you
Pinky!
talking-
We know why you're calling her Polly.
I don't know who you're referring to.
Pinky! Your best
Oh.
girl!
Oh, Ashley.
I'm not helping. Yeah.
Ashley!
I didn't know what you were talking about.
You're surprised to see that we're currently at the highest with best girl?
Yes.
I'm not.
I kind of thought...
You know what? Me neither, because we even though she hasn't been on this adventure, we did like have a free moment to spend with her, whereas the game is kind of like pushed us to go between Naomi and Gavin recently.
I guess that's true.
Like last time we spoke to her, we got on a really deep level.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That being said, I mean, I still want priority over the two center characters there, but, you know, this is, in the end, you two haven't experienced this.
Yeah. I don't know who I want to go with. Like, I feel bad because, like, I think Tio and Queen Bee are pretty much out of the running for this playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, I like Queen Bee. Nobody else likes Queen Bee. That's fine.
I'm interested in learning about Queen Bee. Every time we get an opportunity, we could totally be talking to.
Like, she
Well, the good
interests
news
me, but
is-
not as much as the other characters do. Honestly, I'm more interested in the employees than I am in Percy.
At this point, I am more interested in the employees than I am in Percy.
Yeah.
I still love Percy Boy, but that's just me.
I mean, Percy Boy's a good boy. I'm not saying I love all of them.
No, Percy's like, okay, out of the characters that are not employees, Percy's like at the top without a question.
Yes.
The thing is, we spent more time with our coworkers so far, so I have a bit
Yeah.
more with them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we were to have spoken to Percy more, I'd probably be like, yeah, no, I want to hang out with Percy.
Yeah.
Percy gives me the least amount of problems. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I like all the characters. It's just that like I really love all the characters, and I really love voicing both girls who are apparently both me.
I mean, we each seem to be voicing two of the main six.
Yeah, which
so-
I'm totally fine with. I'm just like, you know, if we had, like, I love both of them. It's just, Gavin is the like, I really like Gavin. I'm very curious to see what his deal is, and I really feel for that whole, like, responsibility running a business thing. That shit's really hard.
I'm kind of like,
The other stories here.
I'm weirdly weirdly not super interested in anybody. And I don't know why that is, but it's one of those weird times where I'm not interested in anybody, but I'm interested in where the game's going.
I'm just gonna
So,
say
like-
this. One of these characters is really sad.
They're all probably sad.
They're all probably really sad,
No,
Scott.
I mean, one of them is really sad.
It's probably best girl.
It's probably best girl.
I'm not.
It's the only logical choice from a narrative perspective. If she's that happy, then the
Well, guess. All right, you want me to say it? No, it's not her. I mean,
sure
she is
she's still
sad.
I can't believe Percy's really sad. No, I'm sorry.
Well, his story is sad.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
No,
I
it
just-
makes complete sense.
I go into every visual novel thinking, yes, all these characters won't be what I think, and they will all have some sort of tragic backstory that will help me understand them as people. And given that this is Arcade Spirits, it will also make me think deeply about life as I stare into that pixelated nightmare.
Hey, Arcade Spirits, I didn't ask you to, like, dig into my life's deepest traumas.
Yeah, same. I'm like, oh.
That's it. That's how this game works. What are we gonna title this episode? probably exactly what the stream's title. Not gonna lie.
Just
Yeah.
Hamza. Because basically we all love Hamza.
We all love
We can
Hamza.
agree that we all
Existential
love
Hamza.
Hamza.
Existentialism and Hamza.
There is that.
But-
As long as we continue to include existentialism in every single...
You know what? I like that. Just
Title.
existentialism and variable X.
Now I
like
gotta
that.
change the original title.
I
Was it
mean-
existentialism in video games?
I think so. It was existentialism in video games, yes.
Then
Good.
it's settled.
we're
Each
good?
episode of this is just gonna be existentialism in/and.
The same way
variable
Monster
X.
Prom is Monster Prom butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very listen. You can tell when Bro Dingles has titled an episode of something on Internet Remix.
You can. It's true.
You can also tell when Alex does it because then it's very clever. If I did it, it's not very clever, but it is. It is
I don't
entertaining.
title things on Internet Remix. Sometimes...
Kristen
wish
just
I
kind
could
of goes,
title.
"This is what it's called."
I
mean-
wish I could title things.
If you have title suggestions, just throw them at us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, wait till we. Yeah, never mind.
Should we do a post show? We're already basically started one,
Yeah, we're
but
already
should we start an
basically doing
official one?
We can do like a quick post show. So,
Okay.
hey,
Well,
this
if
is-
you're watching on, sorry.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, this is where we end. If you'd like to, see the post show, you can either come to our streams, you can see our schedules on Twitch, or you can also check this video out on Twitch. You can usually find our streams for 2 weeks after we stream, so that's a thing. Either way, watch our stuff. Yeah. All right, off we go. Bye.
Off we go.
everyone.
Woo!
Love you.
Bye, bye,
Love
bye,
you.
bye.
Bye.